Hi, good day. Our topic for today is abuse and violence. After this video, the viewers will be able to define violence, differentiate the forms of abuse or violence, and recognize laws related to abuse and violence. Global estimates by the World Health Organization indicate that about 1 in 3 women, or 35% worldwide, have experienced either physical and or sexual violence from intimate partner or non-partner in their lifetime. In the Philippines, the 2017 National Demographic Health Survey released by the Philippine Statistics Authority showed that 1 in 4 Filipino women aged 15 to 49 has experienced physical, emotional, or sexual violence from their husband or partner. Since the onset of COVID-19, quarantine restrictions in March 2020 to August 2021, a total of 18,945 violence against women cases have been reported to the PNP Women and Children Protection Center. According to the global research entitled Free to be Online, Girls and Young Women's Experiences of Online Harassment, released by Plan International, 68% of girls and young women in the Philippines have experienced online harassment on social media. A 2016 weather station survey reported that 3 in 5 women have experienced sexual harassment at least once in their lifetime. 70% of sexual harassment incidents happen during the day. The survey also revealed that 58% of sexual harassment are experienced on the streets, major roads, and esquinitas, with majority of physical harassment happening in public transport vehicles. Violence, according to WHO, is the intentional use of physical force or power, threatened or actual, against oneself, another person, or against a group or community that either results in or has a high likelihood of resulting in injury, death, psychological harm, maldevelopment, or deprivation. There are different categories of violence. We have family violence. It is often referred to as domestic abuse, child maltreatment, spouse abuse, and wife battering. We have also peer group violence, which includes workplace violence, school violence, gang violence, and bullying. Sexual violence, which includes rape, date rape, marital rape, intimate partner abuse, and child sexual abuse. Abuse of power includes mistreatment of children, students, elders, people with disabilities, and others who are smaller or less powerful than the abuser. Community violence includes assaults, fights, shootings, homicides, and most form of peer violence. Hate crimes and hate speech targets victims based on gender, age, race, ethnicity, religious belief, or sexual orientation. Media violence is shown on television, in film, and in video games. What is violence against women, or VOW? Violence against women includes but not limited to the following acts. First, physical violence, or the act that includes bodily or physical harm. Sexual violence, or the act that is sexual in nature, committed against a woman or her child. Psychological violence, or the act of or omission that causes or likely to cause mental or emotional suffering of the victim. Economic or financial abuse, or the act that makes or attempts to make a woman financially dependent. How does abuse affect your mental health? Okay. Usually, an abused person would experience anxiety whenever she hears the perpetrator. She would feel anxious. Okay, she'll feel depressed because she'll start blaming herself. She has the feeling like she's going crazy from gaslighting. Insecure. She'll have insecurity. She'll also have lack of self-confidence, low self-esteem or self-worth. Definitely she would have PTSD, and she has nothing else to blame but herself. What does she blame? Why does she allow that thing to happen? Why was it happening to her? What to do if you are a victim of abuse or violence? How to prepare for domestic emergencies. 1. Know the number and location of the barangay or nearest police station. Have this information saved in your phone and kept somewhere else to ensure that you have them when you need them. Then 2. Save emergency numbers on speed dial like the police, barangay, relatives, and friends you can count on for help. Have an emergency bag ready with some clothes, meds, toiletries, and a little money, which you can grab when you need to run to a safe place. And also do the same for your kids. How to get help. Okay, first, call the police or barangay, or when able, go to the nearest police station and immediately report the incident. Okay. We have the women's desk for you to report. The police or barangay, especially the Women and Children Protection Desk, should be able to refer you to a medico legal who can examine you, treat you, and record your injuries, and to a social worker who can assist you. Contact your trusted relatives or friends for help and let them know what happened. Ask the barangay or the police to help you get a protection order to prohibit your spouse or partner from going near you and your family and from causing any further harm. So there's where the TRO comes in. Consider filing a VAWC case or Anti-Violence Against Women and Their Children Act of 2004. Your sworn statement taken by the police may serve as a complaint to trigger a criminal case. See a psychologist who can help you deal with the trauma and a lawyer who can advise you on legal actions that you may take. The Department of Social Welfare and Development may help you get free psychological and legal assistance. Here are the laws related to abuse and violence. So again, we have RA 9262 or the Anti-Violence Against Women and Their Children Act of 2004. VOW or violence against women is any act or a series of acts committed by any person against a woman who is his wife, former wife, or against a woman with whom the person has or had a sexual or dating relationship, or with whom he has a common child, or against her child, whether legitimate or illegitimate, with or without the family abode, which result in or is likely to result in physical, sexual, psychological harm or suffering, or economic abuse, including threats of such acts, battery, assault, coercion, harassment, or arbitrary deprivation of liberty. We also have the Safe Spaces Act, or RA 11313, which defines and penalizes gender-based sexual harassment in the streets and public spaces, workplace, educational and training institutions, and online. Its implementing rules and regulations was approved on October 28, 2019. PNP data shows that from its effectivity in 2019, there were 148 violations of RA 11313 reported to the police. And lastly, we also have the Republic Act 7610, Special Protection of Children Against Abuse, Exploitation, and Discrimination Act. So these laws are usually used whenever you are undergoing or needs to protect yourself, okay, from violence. So here are the references. And thank you very much.